Are you gonna sign your rights over? Are you gonna sign your rights over? I never answered Miss Elliot. I never texted her and told her yes, I'm gonna. She just kept seeing that, and she told somebody. She said, "Well, if he don't turn his rights over, I'm gonna make sure that that I can hit him for every penny in his pocket." She goes and tell everybody different types of lies about me, and I never.
I don't.
Elliot is requesting that the court appoint the Ms. Elliot as the.
Wait. Okay. Unless I'm looking at the wrong pleading, which is very possible at this point. I don't see a non-disclosure request. What number is it?
I believe you are correct. And I think that's because it was a past. That's correct, Judge. There's no request in the pleadings for non-disclosure and not on Ms. Elliott's behalf here in the request either. So I'll withdraw that one.
So nobody's requesting it.
That's right, Judge. I'm sorry about that. Ms. Elliott is requesting that the court appoint her as managing conservator of the child and Mr. Grace as possessory conservator of the child, and granting Ms. Elliott the exclusive right to designate the primary residence of the child without geographic restriction. Mr. Grace is requesting that the court appoint the parties as joint managing conservators, with Ms. Elliott having the exclusive right to designate the primary residence of the child with a geographic restriction to Galveston and contiguous counties. Ms. Elliott is requesting a modified step-up possession and access order to begin with 15 supervised visits on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays of the month from noon to 3 p.m. to take place at McDonald's on Palmer Highway in Texas City, to be supervised by Ms. Elliott or another competent adult approved by Ms. Elliott. For the second phase, 15 visits on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays of the month from 10 to 3, unsupervised. Then the last phase, 15 visits on the first, third, and fifth Saturday from 6 p.m. and ending the following Sunday at 6 p.m. At which point, after completion of all of those phases, Mr. Grace would graduate to a traditional standard possession and access order. Mr. Grace is requesting that the court grant a 50-50 possession and access schedule.
Does he have a specific proposal in mind?
With the child spending 6 months of the year with one parent and the other 6 months of the year with the other. Ms. Elliott is requesting a retroactive child support judgment of $19,645.77.
Sorry, 19,000.
645.77.
77 cents. Okay.
That's right. As of April 23rd, 2025, and for the court to order Mr. Grace to pay that judgment off at the rate of $150 monthly, beginning May 1st, 2025. Mr. Grace is requesting a
I'm sorry, what was that amount? I'm sorry.
$150.
Okay.
Mr. Grace is requesting that the court enter a retroactive child support judgment against him of $0. Neither party is requesting a retroactive medical support or dental support judgment. Ms. Elliott and the state are requesting a current child support, the court to order Mr. Grace to pay a current child support in the amount of $1,044 monthly beginning May 1st, 2025. Mr. Grace is requesting that the court order him to pay $800 monthly child support beginning May 1st.
So what was her request again? His is 800, hers is
1044.
This is a lot to take in. Okay.
I thought it was 1051. And with the back pay of $150, it would be $1,201 for the monthly payments, including the for the back pay. And I did have receipt that I sent to him, but I thought that I couldn't use it today.
You have not been called as a witness yet, and so it's right now, Ms. Laskowski is giving an opening statement. This all should have been discussed in the back if you wanted to give them information. Are you ready to proceed, Ms. Laskowski, or do you need more information? Do you need to talk to her? If you need to talk to them, this is not the appropriate place to be doing it, ma'am. So Ms. Laskowski, do you need to speak with Ms. Elliot or Mr. Grace?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Do you need help getting to breakout rooms? Do you need someone to coordinate that for you, Ms. Laskowski? Ms. Maripos, can you please help Ms. Laskowski back to the breakout room? Okay, we're ready to start the record again. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes,
Well,
Judge.
Judge, I was trying to explain to the lady that I have a point system in my job, and if I get a total of 3 points, then that can be my termination because I'm already high up on points if I don't get to my job. She said she's not worried about that. She said that we need to continue on with this. So if I lose my job, then there's no point of it.
Did you have notice that you had a hearing today that might take all day?
I understand that, but it still doesn't matter with the point system if we call off or if we
Your
get
boss
late.
might have trial today.
Yes, that doesn't matter if it's not a life-threatening injury or anything like that. It's a point
Well, maybe
system.
you should come to an agreement then, so it doesn't take so long. I don't know how to accommodate this.
Well, the thing is,
you don't agree, but you can't have the hearing.
well, the thing is, I tried to come to agreement with Miss Elliot. She didn't agree to the terms, so I was trying to see if we can do the joint custody 50-50. And I don't understand why I have to have supervised visitations when I just picked up my son last month without no
We're not getting to the
visitation.
merits of the case yet. Right now you're getting deep into the merits of your case. I reset this case last month for you, sir, or last month.
Yeah.
For you to prepare. Let's proceed and let's see what we can get done today. Ms. Laskowski, I believe you were finishing up the requests of everybody.
Yes, Judge.
Child support.
All right. Ms. Elliott is requesting, and the state are requesting that the court order current child support to be paid by Mr. Grace in the amount of $1,044 per month beginning May 1st, 2025, and current with Mr. Yes, May 1st, 2025, 1044 per month. Mr. Grace is requesting that the court order him to pay current child support in the amount of $800 per month beginning May 1st, 2025 and thereafter. Ms. Elliot is requesting that the court order her to carry health insurance and dental insurance for the child through her job, and that Mr. Grace reimburse her cash medical of $200 monthly beginning May 1st, 2025, and cash dental of $10.86 per month beginning May 1st, 2025. Mr. Grace and the state are requesting that the court order Mr. Grace to carry health and dental insurance for the child through his employer at the cost of $145 monthly for health insurance, $13 monthly for dental insurance. And lastly, the state would request that the court order Mr. Grace to pay the court costs to the Galveston County District Clerk as billed on or before April 23rd, 2026. That is the extent of this state's request for relief at this time. And the state would first request to call Ms. Machuca as a witness.
To streamline this, is she just going to testify about this one exhibit, the two exhibits, but not back it up with where it's coming from? Because it doesn't help. Can we streamline, but just, is this based on TWC? Is it based on his pay stub? Or is
It's
it based on none of the, is it based on a tax return?
okay.
Where's the number from?
I believe it's based on wages reported to the state.
Okay.
And his pay stub.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so, okay, so can we have testimony about his pay stub then? That might be more helpful.
Okay.
Okay, proceed.
All right.
So I just didn't want to spend 10 minutes just basically reading over the exhibit.
All right. Mr. Grace, or here. All right. State would call Ms. Machuca. Ms. Machuca, would you please state your name for the record?
Elisa Moreno Machuca,
All right. And where are you employed?
an office of the Attorney General, Child Support Division,
What is your position there?
a child support officer.
Okay. And what's the nature of your responsibilities and duties as a child support officer?
I'm
Calculate,
objecting that she's an expert in calculating child support and back child support. Mr. Grace, are you disputing that?
Yes, I'm disputing the back child support.
Are you disputing that Ms. Machuca is an expert and trained to calculate child support and back support? I'm trying to save time so you can get to your job, sir. We can do this the long way. Let's just proceed, Ms. Laskowski.
And what is the nature, Ms. Machuca, what's the nature of your responsibilities and duties as a child support officer?
to calculate child support, medical support, calculate arrears.
All right. And have you received any special trainings to ensure your calculations of child support are in compliance with the Texas Family Code?
Yes,
And did you calculate current child support and medical support in this matter? And what are your calculations?
okay, based on his year-to-date for 2025 of
2025?
32. Oh, hold on.
We're only in April. Oh, so maybe you did your year-to-date of 2025?
Yeah, let me. That's 20. Excuse me. What are they doing? I'm sorry, let me go look for that.
Judge, can I talk?
No, sir, you're not on the witness stand and you're, yeah, if you have a legal objection, please make your legal objection, but this is not the chance to talk.
Okay.
And when Ms. Laskowski is done, you'll get a chance to ask Ms. Machuca questions, as will Ms. Elliott.
I'm trying to look at to see where he sent that email. I know I saw it. Okay, so based on his check stuff that he sent through email, pay period ending 4/13, his gross monthly resources, his year to date was 32,000.
What was
I'm sorry?
what year? Well, if the pay stub date isn't necessarily the year-to-date date, what was the last
Okay.
date?
The pay date is 4/18/2025
Okay, but the pay period, what was the last day of the pay?
is 4/13. So the year to date was 32,509.90 cents. And it gave me a gross of 9,288.
Jack, is that after the other child supports?
No, that's just.
Sorry.
Okay.
I got the,
Sorry, what
I
was that?
rounded it off. It was 9,289.
What calculation did you use?
Divided by 3.5 months.
All right, Ms. Machuca, I'm sharing my screen. Can you tell me what this document is?
That's a child support calculated guidelines worksheet.
And are these your calculations for current support in this case?
Yes,
Is this also a shorthand rendition of the testimony you just provided to the court about calculating from Mr. Grace's pay stubs? At this time, the state would offer what's been marked for identification purposes as State's Exhibit 1.
Does anyone have any objection to me admit what's actually marked as State's Exhibit A?
I'm sorry, State's
I'll
Exhibit A.
reserve them. Does anyone have any objection to me admitting that?
I can't.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Does anyone have any legal objection to me admitting the document labeled State's Exhibit A?
I can't really see what it is.
We can't
Mrs.
see what it
Kowski, did you
is.
share it with the parties?
I didn't see.
Oh,
Mrs. Kowski, I'm not sure I heard your answer. Did you share it with the parties? Uh-oh, is Mrs.
I
Kowski
believe,
frozen?
yes.
Yes.
I didn't see it.
I think Mrs. Kowski might be frozen.
No.
Okay. I have not admitted this document yet, just so it's clear. And you're still sharing your screen.
Right. Right. I believe the party has received copies of this through DocuSign, not to sign it, but
Okay. Sir, did you see that?
No, ma'am, I never received it. I don't know how they got their calculations. I never received it.
She stated she sent it to them.
are you able to check your email and your text messages, sir?
I check my emails and text messages all the time, especially if I'm trying to, especially because of the process that I'm going through right now. Check my emails, check it all the time.
Did you happen to check your spam?
I check my spam as well.
Did you receive a DocuSign text message?
Documents, text message. Oh, not a text message. No, I didn't.
Karen just sent an email approve of delivery for both of them.
I received it.
You say you just now sent it? I'm looking.
It was sent earlier.
It was sent at least an hour ago.
4 hours ago,
Okay.
11:06 a.m.
I'm looking right now, 10:40. You said 11:06. I have nothing from 11:06. I have something from 11:11. I mean 11:01. That's from somebody else. 11:09. That's from somebody else. 11:12. That's from somebody else. I never received no kind of documents from the Attorney General. And I can screenshot and show you my thing right now. And before that, at 10:33, I received the new documentation from an underwriter company.
Sir, when you began speaking with the AG staff today, did you verify your contact information, including your email and?
Yes, ma'am. My email and the phone number. And I also, but the one thing I did go through, I gave a new change of address because right now I'm no longer staying in my address I had at first because I'm trying to purchase a home. And right now I'm going through the underwriters. And I gave her my sister address.
Ms. Elliott, did you receive the documents to your email, text message, or both?
Both.
Your Honor, I don't know if you want to hear, but I personally sent them at 11:06 a.m.
That's what time I
does
got
not
it.
matter. Sir, can you resend them?
I'll resend them and I'll put them in the chat, but I included myself, so I'll redo it right now. I'll just do a duplicate and resend them.
Okay, although I can deny the admitting of this exhibit and we can just move on. There was testimony about it.
It's your call, Your Honor, but
Okay, I'm
That-
denying this exhibit and you can move on.
Just stating I didn't receive it. So you
objection
can
to the
check.
sidebar.
Yes, sir, no one has asked you any questions. And Ms. Hernandez, you're not an attorney of record for this case, nor are you a witness. So please remember that.
Thank you.
Ms. Machuca, Did you calculate retroactive support in this case?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And what were your calculations for retroactive support?
Retroactive. Go back to that page. For 2024, we got his yearly income at $126,481.80. Divided that into 12, gave me 10,540 gross.
So are you disputing their calculations, or are you disputing that you provided support and shouldn't owe it, or that you were with the children and shouldn't owe it?
I was with her. I also gave Ms. Elliott cash money as well. I gave her money and we also had a joint account together that we no longer
Okay,
have.
before you get too far into this, sir, because you're not on the witness stand, can you stipulate to her numbers or the calculation and know that you're going to get a chance to explain why you deserve to chop things off of that calculation?
Yes, I can dispute those things, those calculations.
Okay, so what is the final calculation that he's going to then get a chance to tell me why they shouldn't apply?
Are you talking to me or her?
I'm asking Ms. Laskowski or Ms. Machuca.
You want the total calculations for the arrears?
Yes.
It was $19,645.77.
Okay.
So he just stated he didn't feel like he should pay it because they were together.
Among other things, I stopped him from talking,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pass the witness, Judge, Ms. Machuca? No,
Mr.
no
Grace,
date for Ms. Machuca.
Mr. Grace, do you have any questions for Ms. Machuca to answer?
Yes, Ms. Chuka. Yes, any of those that you stated that I make monthly with the 10,000 arrears, is that based on overtime or is it just based on my substance?
It's based on what was reported from your employer. They include everything, so I'm not sure what all they included,
Okay.
but whatever they included, that's on your year to date.
Okay. Also, are we going off of last year or are we going off of this year?
For last year, we went off of last year. For
Okay.
current child support, it's for what's going on this year on the check stubs you provided for this year.
Okay. Well, so this year, is it showing that I'm making, that you claimed I was making almost 10,000 a month
It
before
was,
taxes?
yeah, the gross is before taxes is deducted,
Yes.
and child support is based on the net.
Yeah. So it's based on the net?
Mhm.
Okay. That's all I have for the witness.
Okay. Ms. Elliott, do you have any questions for Ms. Machuca?
Hi.
Hi, do you have any questions for Ms. Machuca?
Ms. Machuca is the one who did the calculations. I'm so sorry. I can't hear good. My volume is very low and I have it to the highest. It's the calculations aren't the same from the last one that they gave us because it's actually lower now from last month. But I do see a difference. But I did write down the amount that he made in 2023 and 2024 as for how much retro that I'm supposed to get back.
Not able to hear you, Ms. Elliott?
I sent in Mr. Grace. Me and him were not together. We weren't even together.
Ma'am, this is
Actually.
not your chance to speak. This is your chance to ask questions of Ms.
Oh,
Machuca.
okay. Okay.
Ms.
Well, the
Laskowski, she
questions
has to
that I'm
hear
asking
before
is
this
for the.
hearing.
I'm
When you come
sorry.
up for hearings, you need to be sure that all the parties are able to fully participate in the hearings. Ms. Machuca, can you please come back? I think you're still on the witness stand. Thank you. Were you having problems, Ms. Laskowski, before you came out for this hearing with her?
No.
Does she need to troubleshoot a little so she can participate? Because if she's not hearing, this is very bad.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if it was me or. Okay, sorry.
Ms. Elliott, were you able to hear any of that testimony?
No, I'm sorry.
Not Machuca, no, Ms. Elliott.
Oh.
Ms. Elliott, were you able to hear any of that testimony?
Whose testimony?
Ms. Machuca's and Mr. Grace, whatever he said, whatever just happened in the last 20 minutes, did you hear it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Ms. Machuca to answer?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, thank you. You may call your next witness, Ms. Laskowski.
The state would call Ms. Elliot. Ms. Elliot, are you and Mr. Grace able to make decisions together for your child?
Miss Lakowski, I have not heard, I don't hear from Mr. Grace. I probably hear from him once every other month. So we don't even have that relationship to actually make any decisions. I make all the decisions, but because there's no decision, I mean, he doesn't have any input on anything. I take care of him 100% of the time. So there's
Ms. Elliot, are you, when you need to contact Mr. Grace about Logan, are you able to do so? Are you able to reach him?
I don't need to contact him because in the past he made promises that he couldn't keep as far as picking up my son when he was only a couple of months old, and he never came, and it happened time after time after time. There was always broken promises and he never came, so I gave up. I mean, he knows he has a son here, and I don't think that I have to keep reaching out. I mean, I really don't think that I should have to reach out or, ask anybody as far as him.
Do you believe that Mr. Grace is capable of making responsible decisions for Logan?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
I don't think he's not interested in him. The first time when we had this online thing, he said that he wanted to sign his rights over. I have papers where he held his ex-wife at gunpoint about their child, and he has 6 evictions that are on public records. So I don't think he's even stable to make any decisions for himself. And he has 3 lawsuits against him as well.
Okay, Ms. Laskowski, this is
all
a
of that is
lot of
on public
information, and
records.
it's becoming,
I submit
Ms.
that.
Elliott, this is becoming.
Ms. Elliott,
So Ms. Laskowski, if you can break this down, it's very hard to hear a whole slew of complaints at once like this.
all right. Ms. Elliott, when was the last time Mr. Grace saw Logan?
On March the 1st, his mom, I asked him to keep him. He wanted to go in between his mom. I said, you can call me. He came and picked him up at probably like around 8 o'clock at night, and he brought him back around 10. He kept him for 2 hours. And Saturday, my son was at a football, he had a football tournament, and Mr. Grace was there. So he briefly seen him probably about 5 minutes, but I mean, for about 5 minutes. He picked him up and took him out the car. So from March 1st up until Saturday, April, whatever, 19th.
Has Mr. Grace ever taken care of Logan overnight?
No, ma'am, not at all.
Has Mr. Grace ever taken care of Logan by himself?
Not at all.
Does Logan have any special needs?
He does not have any special needs. He's still being breastfed, and that's about it.
Okay. After Logan was born in December of 2023, did you and Mr. Grace live together at any time?
No, ma'am. He was living in a hotel when I went into labor.
Okay.
It was right next to the hospital, actually.
Oh, he was what to the hospital? I'm sorry. It was next to the hospital? Is that what you said?
The hotel was in Webster, so it wasn't too far from the hospital where I delivered.
Okay.
Ms. Elliott, since December of 2023, has Mr. Grace provided you any cash support for Logan?
No cash support, but he did send me $70 like 2 or 3 times to go towards his daycare, and he sent it via Zelle to my Bank of America account.
Okay. Since December of 2023, Logan's birth, has
And that was in April of last year. I'm sorry.
Has Mr. Grace provided any sort of materials or supplies for Logan?
He sent a case of diapers to my doorstep, and that's probably been about a year ago as well.
And you mentioned the $70 3 times, so roughly $240 towards daycare from
Mhm.
Mr. Grace. Do you believe that
From last
Mr.
April 2024.
Do you believe that Mr. Grace should receive credit towards that, credit for that put towards any retroactive child support judgment that the court may take?
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't think it makes a difference, but that's fine.
And but regarding the diapers that Mr. Grace sent to the door, do you have any information on how much that was worth?
No, and I don't think he should. I mean, that's been about a year ago, and I don't think he should get any credit for that because, I mean, that's what a child needs. I wish that happened. I wish he could do that on a consistent basis and do it every month. But that's been since the baby was an actual baby.
How is Logan insured right now?
How is he insured? He's insured through my Blue Cross Blue Shield through my job.
And how much does that cost you?
That cost me I am paying $601.02 a month.
Is that for you and Logan?
That's for that's not for me. It's I don't pay for myself. It's for 3 kids.
And how much do you pay for dental per month?
Dental, I pay $32.58.
All right. And you mentioned that you don't pay the health insurance premium for yourself. Do you pay the dental and do you pay a dental insurance premium for yourself?
Yes.
All right. And how much is the premium for yourself on the dental coverage?
That's for employee and family. The dental.
Okay. How many people are covered on the dental policy?
It's 4 of us total.
Okay.
I don't believe you answered her question of what it would be for employee alone.
For employee alone, I won't have to pay health, but for
Dental?
For dental.
Oh, for dental, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much it would be just for employee.
Are you sure that you would have to pay a premium for just you on dental, or do you know if your employer would cover that?
They only cover health, not the dental or vision.
So Logan's covered through your employer. Is that the only insurance coverage that Logan has active?
That's the only one that I use.
Okay. Is that the only one he has active?
Yes.
All right.
Mr. Grace has insurance for him.
Right. So Logan has another
active insurance then? Please listen to the question and not the question you want her to ask. She asked if there's other active insurance. It's a yes/no question.
That would be a question for Mr. Grace. As long as he's still on his insurance, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, that's a fair answer. If you don't know, you can say you don't know, but don't.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Has Mr. Grace provided you an insurance card indicating that he has a health insurance policy for Logan?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you made any attempts to use any of that coverage?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
Because he's covered under my insurance primarily.
And do you have any unpaid medical bills for Logan?
No, ma'am.
Do you feel it's in Logan's best interest for you to continue covering him under your insurance coverage?
Yes.
Why?
Because it probably would be hard to contact Mr. Grace if something were to happen. My job is consistent. I mean, I have a consistent job. And I just wouldn't even want to have to ask him any questions because I won't, I may not be able to get in contact with him, or it'll always be something. So I think he's better off on my insurance rather than his. That way, and all my kids are on my insurance. So I have my card and we all go, and there's no problems, there's no questions. If there's any questions, I know the answer to them, and I don't have
So
to call in anybody.
you previously mentioned that you've given up on trying to contact Mr. Grace. So that seems to indicate that you wouldn't even try to contact him to use that.
Well, I did
Am I-
with the I have the receipt that I sent him for when he went to the doctor the other day, and he didn't even send. I asked him, "Can you please send me the money for the prescriptions?" And he never did send it. He knows how to. I mean, he never did send it.
Are you asking for the court to take a retroactive medical support judgment against Mr. Grace for those costs?
Yes, please. And I gave it to the other lady here online. The amount, the $30 copay and the $25.89 for the prescriptions.
And
Who has the receipt?
you're asking for half of that from Mr. Grace?
Correct.
And have you paid both of those bills in full?
Yes, I did. I did. He told me he would send me the money, but he never did. And I have message of that also.
All right, pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, you may call your next witness. Did you go
Stay
into all
with-
the issues you need to cover? Or are you gonna go back and forth?
Actually, may I recall Ms. Elliott just very briefly? Ms. Elliott, you're asking to begin with supervised possession and access. Why do you think the periods of possession and access should be supervised?
Because after the last case, I went online and I see where he held his ex-wife at gunpoint about their child and tried to stuff her in the back of a trunk. So I really do think that it needs to, and we've had little domestic issues, and he's had a lot of domestic issues in the past with his other wives. And I think it would be safer to begin that way because I don't want to have to end up in the back of anybody's trunk with a gun pointed to my head. And on top of that, Logan does not know his dad. When he picked him up on March 1st, it was like it was meeting a stranger. He was kicking, he was screaming. It tore me and my daughter down. We both we cried really bad. And it was the longest 2 hours of our lives. And I think that it needs to be supervised until Logan gets used to seeing his dad on a regular basis. And I mean, he said that he wanted to sign his rights over. So I don't even feel safe with me. I don't know if he'll do anything to Logan if I mean, he doesn't actually want him.
Aside from those remarks, has Mr. Grace ever said or done anything to indicate that he might harm Logan in some way?
I don't know because he has not been around Logan enough for me to know. He knows actually absolutely nothing about Logan because he doesn't even inquire about him. And that scares me. You don't inquire about him, that's scary. It's your son, that's your blood, you know?
Who do you think should supervise these visits?
I mean, my mom could supervise the visits. I'm sure she won't mind. His mom, I'm sure she probably wouldn't mind either.
And where do you think the pickup and drop off location should be?
The McDonald's on Palmer Highway in Texas City.
All right, pass the witness, Judge.
Let me call your next witness.
The state would call Mr. Grace. Mr. Grace,
Yes.
are you in agreement with paying $1,044 monthly child support beginning May 1st to Ms. Elliott?
No.
All right, why not?
One because because I think that she can watch Logan for the 6 months and I can watch him for the 6 months, and it should be paid. Next, because I'm already paying other child support that have to pay, and if I was to pay an extra 1,000 on top of that, then it will put me in a bind to even have a vehicle or even a place, a roof over my head in case Logan was to come over, for me to even must get to work to make an income.
Are the 3 other children on one court order, or are there 3 different court orders or some other number?
There's 2 of them on the same court order, and one is on another one is on another one. So this would be the
Third.
third one, because the other one, my oldest son, he's over age, so I'm no longer paying for him.
So, okay, so there's 4 children, including Logan, who are under 18, and then you have a 5th over 18. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the first one, we made an agreement to come down because the state was asking for 18 for him, for those 2 together, but me and the mother made an agreement to come down to around 700, and but the other one I still pay 1,200, which is in review right now.
Mr.
Yeah.
Grace. Yes. Were you gonna say something else, sir?
Yes, and also is because the reason why I have to work if I get called out or try to work as much overtime as I can is because I'm already behind and I'm trying to catch up. And I'm getting in the age where my health is bothering me with my sight and with my legs, and I can't work as much overtime as it is now. So I have to cut back, and which one week we can work a 36-hour week, and then the next week we can work a 48-hour week. It depends because I work shift work. It depends, and Miss Elliott knows that because from the time we was together, from the checks I would have, and some checks will be okay, and some checks won't be okay.
Mr. Grace, do you have health insurance available to put Logan on through your employer?
Yes, Logan's been on my health insurance since he was born. As soon as he was born, I called my employer, add him on my health insurance. She's been on my health insurance ever since. Miss Elliott also used my insurance because I received a bill a couple of months back with Logan. Had a bill payment of $80 or something like that. So I have a medical card which is on my paycheck stubs that takes out money just for medical reasons only. So when anytime my kids get sick, I just use that medical card to pay, just like I do for the rest of my kids when they go see the doctor. And I explained that to Miss Elliott when she was asking me to pick up his prescription. I told her I have to pay it by card. I can't give her the cash. I have to pay it with my medical card. I asked her several times, where's the medicine, which pharmacy is located, so I can go up there and pick it up. She never would give me the pharmacy where his medicine was at, so I can go pay for it and purchase his medicine.
Do you have a high deductible plan?
I have what's it called PPO plan, but I also have this right here, the health card that I use that
Is
takes
it,
out my
I'm
it
sorry,
takes out it takes out my paycheck every week for any type of medical use. Anything like that is up to $2,000 a year uh, to pay for any medical use that any of my kids have, including from vision, dental, and medical use only.
Mr. Grace, the health insurance policy that you've got uh, Logan covered on, how much does that cost you?
I have uh, uh, my three other kids on there plus Logan, so that's four kids I have on there, and I think it's like 180. I mean, one something a week. I have to go look at my paycheck stub for them. It's free for me. The boy pays for me, but I just have to pay for my kids. And he's on my Blue Cross Blue Shield as well with uh with the rest
so
of my
you have two
kids.
insurances, you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, and you have this other insurance?
No, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, but I also have a medical health card that it's an option that I took out with my job to pay for.
So is that a health savings account?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, it shows it on my paycheck stub. It
Does the
shows
company pay like a match or like a certain amount also per year, or no?
no, it's just me.
It's just you, okay. Huh.
And it's total of 2,000 per year that I pay. So it takes out like I want to say at least $30 a paycheck or something like that.
Mr. Grace, do you have dental insurance available through your employer to put Logan on?
Yes, I have dental. He's on
Is-
he's on my dental as well.
And how much does that dental policy cost you?
I believe $10. Let me see. I can look it up. Yes, $10 a week. So it's $40 a month.
The dental insurance policy, how many individuals does that cover, including yourself?
And it's free for me, so it's for them. So it's basically like $10.
Do you believe it's in Logan's best interest for you to continue carrying insurance for him?
Yes, because I pay for my other kids that's on child support, including I pay for my oldest son. Not my oldest son. I pay for my four that's already is on child support right now with my medical.
Are you in agreement? Would you be in agreement to reimbursing Ms. Elliot for her covering health and dental insurance for Logan instead of you covering it?
No, because I'm already covering for my kids, and that's including Logan. So all my kids are as one. I look at them all as one. So if I pay for one, I have to pay for them all. Just like Miss Elliot, she's trying to do with her kids. She's paying for them all. But I just know for the one that we share that I pay for him and the rest of them.
Mr. Grace, when was the last time you saw your son, Logan?
Actually, I saw him as like she accounted at the football game, but before that, I saw him at my sister's house. That was that Friday. No, that was that Thursday of last week.
And have you ever taken care of Logan on your own?
Yes, I took care of Logan on my own when Miss Elliot had to work. She was at work, and I was at our house because that's the time we were staying together, and that's the same time. No, at that time we wasn't staying together. I'm sorry. At that time, I was going to her house and watch Logan because she didn't want me to take Logan to my house because she wanted me to be on her camera to watch Logan, I guess, to see what she was doing. I'll see what I was doing. But we had a altercation was follow because of she got upset about my other son mother comment on a Facebook post. So she wanted me out of her house.
Mr. Grace, like I said to her previously, this is becoming a narrative, and when people
Okay.
talk, you know what you're talking about. I think it happens to a lot of people because I hear this a lot. You're
Okay.
talking fast, you're excited, you know exactly what you're saying. It's very hard as a third person to listen to this and get anything out of it. So if you can break this down, Ms. Laskowski, I
Okay.
think they had an agreement.
She
I don't know what year or date, and it fell apart
this
because of a Facebook post, but I'm not following this completely.
okay. November this happened in November of 2024. She
November of 2024, okay.
yes, she wanted me to watch Logan at her place, but it was a falling out about a Facebook post. So she got upset and told me that she'd have a sister come watch him. And I told her why, and I'm already here. And then she called the authority police making false statements saying I abandoned my child and left my child there at the house alone, which was not true. And then the police officer stated that Ms. Elliott do not want me on her premises. If I have to come on her premises, I need to get a written text message, something in writing saying for me to come over there. I told him that's fine. I would never step on her premises again.
Since that incident, have you made any efforts to see your son?
Yes, I have made the effort just so that I wouldn't be on her premises. I asked my mother to pick up Logan and bring him to me. She tells my mother no. Uh, I need to come over there to our house, but I was afraid that she would probably make more most false statements, and also she has a brother-in-law was threatening me as well, telling me that he was going to do something to me
Okay,
because
you need to break these questions down and not ask such open-ended ones because it is very hard to follow. And these are
okay,
very serious allegations that I'm
well,
missing.
well, she with the false statements that she had made with the police report, I just didn't want to jeopardize my life anything by her making false statements
So you're saying she's
towards
made
me.
false statements to the police about you?
Yes, stating that I had left my child
Have you
there
been
alone.
arrested, sir?
Never been arrested for any crimes. Never been arrested. I worked law enforcement for 15 years of my life, and I never been arrested. You can check my background history. In that case that she stated with my ex-wife, that came out to be non-true, and that case was dismissed. I've never been arrested my whole entire life. I was been a little league coach, football coach for almost 20 years.
So how did she get documents if you weren't arrested? She got police records? What records did she get?
I guess it was a court because I didn't know about it, and nobody, I didn't know about it. And then we went up there to the judge. This happened back in 2009, but it came back to be dismissed because it was false statements that ex-wife had made, and it was never something that she made a statement that stating that something about a gun. There was never a gun used in anything.
Did you put someone in a trunk?
I never put anyone in the trunk now. And I got people that can vouch for me, from pastors to police officers themselves. I've never been in these type of situations. I've never been arrested. I've never
The
been to.
respondent was arrested on April 20th, 2020.
Ma'am, this is not your time to talk. Please don't interrupt somebody. That's appropriate.
Mr. Grace, have you
Yes.
ever made any sort of indication that you might harm Logan in any way?
Never made any type of that nature. Harmed her or her other kids. Other kids always asked me to go to each one of their events. I always showed up at her daughter's track meets and always showed supportive daughter events at school and everything else. I picked the daughter up from school, dropped her off, and taken to school. Son as well. He's a part of the football team as well.
Have you ever told Ms. Elliott that you are interested in giving up in your parental rights to Logan?
Never told Miss Elliott that. Miss Elliott texts me that all the time, stating she states, "Are you gonna sign your rights over? Are you gonna sign your rights over?" I never answered Miss Elliott. I never texted her and told her yes, I'm gonna. She just kept seeing that, and she told somebody. She said, "Well, if he don't turn his rights over, I'm gonna make sure that that I can hit him for every penny in his pocket."
I recorded that conversation as a matter of fact, but okay.
And you said you were ready to proceed today with the evidence you had on hand, ma'am. So we're proceeding with the evidence being presented today. Please refrain from making comments and discussing issues that are not in evidence. Ms. Laskowski?
Mr.
Also-
Grace, yes.
I was about to say also, Miss Elliott, she writes subliminals on social media about me. I never put anything in any nature towards her. She goes and tell everybody different types of lies about me, and
I don't.
I'm interrupted, but I never did in any nature reply back to or said anything negative about Miss Elliott. But I think all this is coming is because of the simple fact that we end up breaking up and I end up moving on, and I'm in another situation with somebody else.
That's rude and inappropriate.
That's the only reason why Miss Elliott, I think, is targeting me, because everybody know from my other kids, including the ex-wife, she's trying to say I did this in the trunk and stuff. My son was staying with me.
So I think you're on a narrative again. Ms. Laskowski, what is the question that you asked him?
Has he ever made any indication that he wanted to give up his parental rights to Logan?
We're way beyond that question, so let's move on to another question.
All right. Mr. Grace, what kind of possession and access are you asking for Logan?
I'm asking for me to have access to Logan where he comes and stays with me for 6 months, because same like he stays with his mother, because every child needs their father just like they need their mother as well. And as much as she is important in Logan's life, his father should be important in his life too. Without the access of the drama is
Oh my gosh.
Why do you think that is better for Logan than a standard possession and access order?
Again, if we was together, we'll be staying in the same household, so he would see his mother and father every day as well. But we're not together, so it's a father bond and a mother bond is also important. So if he stays with me 6 months, that he's building that extra bond, as he also is building with his mother as well.
Since Logan was born in December of 2023, have you provided Ms. Elliott any cash support for Logan's benefit?
Yes, cash, his first car seat that he still used to this day. I'm the one who purchased that. I was there through every visit with Miss Elliott to the hospital. We was together. We came home together from the hospital. We stayed together, and I was there ever since till the February. No, it was March when Miss Elliott put me out of her home.
What year are we talking?
This is 2024 when Miss Elliott put me out of her home. And she put me out because she felt like I didn't stand up for her against another football coach because her other son didn't get in the game. So she put me and my other son out on the highway 2 hours away from home.
Ms.
we had to-
Laskowski, again, I think we're gotten to another question here.
Okay.
Can you continue to ask questions so that he has something to answer? Please.
Mr. Grace, the car seat that you just mentioned, how much was that?
I believe like $180 to $200.
And aside from the car seat, have you sent Ms. Elliott any cash for Logan?
I was giving Ms. Elliott cash. She was taking it out because we had a joint banking account. She was just taking it out the banking account. She was taking the money out of there when I get paid. And also, when I was used to, through the other banking account that we had a joint, I was sending Zelle payments or anytime she asked for money, I was giving Ms. Elliott money.
The joint bank account that you mentioned Ms. Elliott was withdrawing from, how much was she withdrawing?
It's whatever it's whatever she needed. Whatever she needed, she was withdrawing it, and whatever Logan needed at that time. We didn't really have no set boundaries of how much money she can take out. It's whatever she wanted at that time.
The Zelle payments that you mentioned, do you have an approximate dollar amount on what those were?
At that time, like I stated, if she said Logan needed this and Logan needed that, I sent a Zelle. Also,
Have you pulled up your Zelle account?
Ma'am,
Have you pulled up your Zelle account, sir?
we don't have that banking account anymore because we had a joint account. We canceled it out the account.
So the joint account was used both for Zelling her money and for her to just take
But-
out.
Yes,
Is that what you're
but
saying?
yes, but only thing, my money was the only money that was going into that account. Her money was never going into that account. Because we was in the process of purchasing a home together. We was in the process of purchasing a home together, and it didn't fall through. So that's the reason why we opened up the joint account so she could see how much money I was putting in that account. Because, as a matter of fact, I had my whole direct deposit going into that account.
And so you mentioned that Ms. Elliott was the one that closed that account. Is that right?
Yes.
Right. And when that account was closed, was there any money in it?
No.
No? Okay.
She tell her out at zero, and then she closed it.
Okay, so she took the money out
No,
and then
no. She didn't take the money out. She didn't take the money out. She just waited till there was no money in there and just closed the account.
When was that, sir?
I want to say it has to been right before our birthday. It was in either May of 2024 or in June.
He needs to stop.
And Mr. Grace, May of 2024 was the approximate closure date of that account. When did you stop depositing money into that account?
Probably around the same time.
Oh, come on.
Ma'am,
You need to stop lying.
ma'am, please stop the theatrics. That's not appropriate.
Mr. Grace, did you and Miss Elliot ever live together after Logan was born?
Yes.
All right. When did you live together?
We was already staying together when he was born, but after he was born,
So I can't hear you over Miss Elliott sighing. I missed
Yes.
that completely.
from December when he was born to what was that, March, when she put me out.
And when you were living together, where was it that you were living? A house, an apartment?
We were staying in Ashley home.
Okay. Was that a home? Was that a home that Ashley owned or
Yes,
rented?
house that she owned. And my paycheck stub says the address on there. I changed it after I moved as well. Because I think I received a paycheck to her house that she wouldn't let me get. She told my sister that she tore it up.
When you and Ms. Elliot were living together in her home, how did the two of you split the bills? Who paid the rent? Or I mean the mortgage?
She paid 1,000, I paid 1,000.
Of what? The mortgage?
Yes, and I paid the light bill. She paid the water and gas.
Was that consistent on a month to month? And who paid
Yes.
what?
I paid the light bill and I paid 1,000 towards a mortgage. She paid 1,000 to her mortgage, and she paid whatever other bill that she had.
And what about the food expenses?
Food expensive. I would purchase food. She would purchase food. It was just whoever went to the store just purchased food.
And when did the two of you stop living together?
It was that March of 2024 when Miss Elliott put me out of home. And the plan was for me, I signed a 6-month lease. The plan was to us to work things out and try to work things back together, but it didn't go as planned. So I had to continue staying in my apartment.
Since the two of you split up in, you said it was May of 2024, what kind of support have you provided, Ms. Elliott?
Like I stated before, I was giving Miss Elliott cash. I was, whatever she asked to be done, I was doing it. She asked me, telling me Logan needs milk. I would go to the store, get milk. I would Amazon him.
Sir, this is after you all broke up, this all happened?
Yes, after we broke up, this happened. I purchasing milk. I was also Amazon packages of diapers. It wasn't no once or twice or 3 times. I was always the one that was purchasing the diapers until I want to say November, when November, October. That's when 2024. That's when the police got involved, and also I received a order notice that we was supposed to go to child support court. That's about it. Because I wanted to state if I wasn't there at the beginning, why she didn't file child support in the beginning stages. Why she wait till the end of last year to do the child support if I wasn't there. Now she trying to make statements that I wasn't there and trying to hit me with the reels and stuff like that. If anything, if I did have the barrier, I'll be honest, that's when I stopped in November 2024. That's the truth right there. And that's because I didn't come around because she told the police that she didn't want me on her premises or anything like that.
This time, the state has no further questions for Mr. Grace. The state would pass the witness.
Okay. Do you have any further questions for any parties?
No, Judge.
Okay, the state does not represent either of you, so I'm going to give you both a chance. If you think there's anything additional you think I need to hear, please be mindful of the fact it is now 5, and hold on one second. I need a moment. Ms. Elliott, you may proceed.
Okay, 95% of everything that Mr. Gray said was an absolute lie. He's a compulsive liar, he's a narcissist, and he's a pro at all of this, what he's doing right now. Mr. Grace moved out of my house in November. He was, and I even sent the messages where he was living inside his car and all that kind of stuff. He moved into a
Ma'am,
hotel.
did you say you sent messages? I don't know what that means.
I sent screenshots of messages.
Okay.
That shows.
I'm not with the, remember in the beginning, I said I'm not with the AG's office. So I'm sending screenshots. It's like sending them to the ether. It's not sending them to me. So just be mindful of that I don't know what got said or sent or discussed with the AG's office.
Okay, well, he was not living in my home when I delivered. He was living inside of a hotel. And this whole thing about this joint account, only he put money inside of that account, only he took money out of that account. Mr. Grace paid one light bill in this house. He had all of his kids living in here. I bought the food. I bought them a bed. I bought everything for them. He said, I'm not putting anything inside of your house because my name is not on your house. And you can say today or tomorrow for me to get out of this house, and then all of that stuff will have to say. So that's why he never contributed to anything in this house. I put a brand new Dodge truck in my name for him, brand new with 7 miles on it, that he refused to pay the monthly bill for. I still pay $986 a month up until this day for a truck that he had me put inside of my name. I'm not the co-signer, I'm the full owner of that truck, and I still have it in my possession. I took it away from him when we broke up. He thought he was going to be able to sleep in it. No, man, no, sir, you're not going to sleep in it. He ended up getting another car between the hotel and his apartment. He slept inside of his brother's car that his brother lent to. I don't know if he bought it from his brother. I don't even know. That's nothing that I know. But I can tell you one thing: he has not been living here since November. Between November and probably about February, he may have stayed probably about 4 or 5 total nights inside of this house after I had Logan. But he was not living here. November, he was out. He was living in a hotel. As a matter of fact, he was getting caught on Airport Boulevard in hotels with prostitutes. And I have receipt of that too. And he knows that also because I caught him doing it. So 95% of what he told you was an absolute lie, and I don't agree with it one bit. And he's a compulsive liar, and everyone knows that. I've never put anything about him on Facebook. From what I hear, I have him blocked, so I don't know. But apparently whatever he does is his business. I could care less. Apparently he's supposed to be engaged now. I could care less because I'm so glad that I don't have that problem in my life anymore, because all he was a burden to me, and he drained me dry, and that's all he did the entire time. Here I am taking care of his child, and now he's lying about payments. He had enough time from the last court date to now to bring that proof of him having accounts or giving me money. He didn't bring any of that proof because there's not any proof, and he knows it. And then towards the end of that, he was spending so much money inside of his account with his own money. Yes, I was on the account. They told me I can't close the account because it had a negative balance. Larry, when are you paying this negative balance? Larry, when are you paying this negative balance so that I can get this out of my name? I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want my credit to be tarnished because his credit score is a 300. And I don't want to be like him. So it went on and on and on. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to pay this money so that I can close this account. So I paid the money that was due. It was probably like $76 that he was negative in. After I paid that, I was able to close the account at Bank of America. I had to take my name off the account and close it. And that's been a long time ago. This stuff that he's talking about November and stuff, he was not giving me any money. You can believe that. He did not give me a single copper penny. He gave me $70, maybe 2 or 3 times from his Bank of America to mine. And it was not with a joint account. It was with something else. He had time from then till now to bring up all this proof. He can't bring it because there is no proof. He didn't bring it because there is no proof. And then I just don't understand how he goes from telling me, and I yes, I did. With the very first time that we were on line, he said that he was out of town or something. He said, well, I'm signing over. I want to sign my rights over. Oh, okay. You want to sign your rights over? Sign them over. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird how he's okay with everything as long as he wants me to take the amount that he wants, and as long as I don't file the back pay. But since I'm asking for that, he wants 50-50 custody, and it's not fair. And so you didn't even want the child. I've seen men in the world that want their child and want to take care of them no matter what. They call, they inquire about them, they send stuff to the house, they ask how they're doing. He does absolutely none of those things, and he knows it. He never says, how's Logan doing? Or, hey, I'm going to send some diapers to your house. No. And as a matter of fact, I had a lot of diapers from my baby shower and wipes that kept me for a long time before he even sent that one box of diapers. If he sent it with Amazon, so, I mean, he should have had that proof too. But I'm telling you now, he sent one box of diapers and that was it. He contributed to what, and that's not even the full daycare cost. Daycare is killing me right now. And that little $70 way a year ago, 3 times was like nothing. He does absolutely nothing. I shouldn't have to ask. This is your 5th child. You know what a child needs. He didn't buy any milk. He didn't buy any of that stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, his other children's mother are on Medicaid, so he shouldn't even be paying that. I have health insurance through my job, so they don't have co-pays. I do. And all of this is just not fair. That's how I feel. And he's a compulsive liar. Only 95 to 98% of what he said was a lie. It's crazy how every child's mother goes through the same thing. It's just an ongoing cycle. That's him. Everybody knows that. Everybody thinks highly of me in this entire community. Everybody knows he's not. I'm a professional person, and I don't know how I got myself linked up with Mr. Grace. I really don't know, but that was the biggest regret of my life. He looked at me as an opportunity to come up. We were purchasing a home together. I put the down payment.
Please try to stay relevant to the issues before the case. I can't go back in time and change your decisions. We have to just move forward with what they were. Okay, Mr. Grace, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yes. Ms. Elliot did put a truck in her name, and soon as every time she gets mad at me, she takes the truck away. And she gave that truck to her mother after she took it from me. So she gave the truck to her mother. She told, I guess, my coworker stays in her subdivision. She told him a whole bunch of stuff, and he went back to the job telling everybody my whole personal business. And she trying to say that I was in the hotels with a prostitute. That's non-true at all. And she told, yes, one of my ex-wives, yes, she used to be like an exotic dancer, and she did tell them that, and everybody at my job know about it. But if that's the case, if my credit scores was in the 3 right now, I wouldn't be able to be purchasing a home. My credit score right now is a 670. I'm in a process with the underwriters. I can submit all those documents to you right now that I'm under with the underwriters right now on closing the home. My close date to my home right now, and the reason why I'm not staying at my apartment, because to save up a little bit more money that I could, my close date is May 23rd, 2025. My street address will be 9526 Wall Street that I provided to Miss Elliott. I sent that to Miss Elliott saying this will be my future address when I close on my home. And Miss Elliott knows I was there. She knows in that account that she used to take out, but she's gonna tell you this and that and tell you all the bad things, but she's not gonna tell you all the good things that I did. And she talking about I didn't purchase anything. I purchased food, everything else. And if I was such a bad father to my other kids, they wouldn't be staying with me. My other kids were staying with me when I met Miss Elliott. My other kids were staying with me, and I was also paying child support while my kids were staying with me. And Miss Elliott knows that. Miss Elliott knows that I've always been in all my kids' life. She know I've been in each one of my kids' life. My kids are not on Medicaid. They are on my insurance. I provided that. If they was on Medicaid, I would have to pay the state Medicaid. I would have to pay a medical thing. I don't pay that. I pay them all my insurance, and that's what I pay. And the woman, the ex-wife that she's applying about, at first they didn't get along, but all of a sudden now that I'm engaged, now they both get along, because my ex-wife didn't like me being with Miss Elliott, so they didn't see eye to eye. But as soon as I moved on and I am engaged now, and now that I have somebody else, now they both friends now, and now they coming together. So like I stated before, I have always been in my kids' life. Everybody in the community know me. I'm not saying that she don't have a good professional job, because I have one as well. I go to work every day that I'm supposed to, and that's just because if I work a little bit over, that's for me trying to catch up on the child support that I already paid, so that my kids, when they come to my place of residence, they can have a luxury home as well. They can ride in a luxury car as well, not just I'm staying in any type of environment, put my kids in any type of harm or anything like that. I always been a stand-up guy, and I always been a father figure to each one of my kids.
Except for Logan.
If it wasn't for the problems that Miss Elliott was causing with calling the police authority, making false statements and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure that me and Logan bond would be way much better than what it is now. But it's just as the simple fact that I have to try to remove myself from that situation, and I feel like it's kind of hurting my son, and just for the simple fact that I had to move myself from the situation because I didn't want to be part of no false statements of me losing my job or anything like that. Miss Elliott know that I get up when it's time for me to get up and go to work. I get up and go to work. When it's time for me to take care of my kids, it's time for me to take care of my kids. And she knew that, just like she stated with you, that my kids were staying there with us, with Miss Elliott, but she had a problem with my oldest son coming there because she said she feels some type of way that my oldest son will stay there around her daughter, and they like 2 ages apart. But my oldest son looked at her daughter as a sister. So I had to tell my other son, hey, he has to go back and stay with his mother, which now he's 20, so he's still back and forth staying with me.
Okay, sorry, I
And his
think
mother.
that issue is not relevant to the issues before me at this
Okay.
time.
Okay. But just piggyback on what I was saying, that I'm here for Logan. Logan's is on my medical insurance. Logan, he all my other kids know Logan. They know him as his brothers, and Logan knows my other kids. And only one kid that he haven't met, that's the one that my ex-wife, she up and moved to Arizona
He's met him.
Okay,
through FaceTime.
In
But
person.
okay, but that's the only time that I'm removing myself from Miss Elliott because of the situation that happened in November of 2024.
2024.
okay, I'm going to make my ruling in rendition. I'm appointing Ms. Elliott, the managing conservator, and Mr. Grace, the possessory conservator of Logan. And I'm ordering that Ms. Elliott has the right to determine the primary residence of the child within Galveston County or any county that touches Galveston. For visitation, I'm ordering stair-step visits. I'm starting with a visitation on the first, third, and fifth Saturday of the month from 1 to 5, unsupervised for 7 visits. All pickups and drop-offs will be at the McDonald's on Palmer Highway in Texas City. After he completes a full 7 visits, and only then does he move on to the next step, which would be on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays of the month from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock for 7 visits. After he completes those 7 visits, the stair step would progress to the first, third, and fifth Saturdays of the month from 6 o'clock Saturday to 6 o'clock Sunday for 7 visits. If he can complete those 7 visits, it moves to the standard possession order. And as I said earlier, every pickup and drop off, even if he gets to the standard possession order, will be at that McDonald's off of Palmer Highway. I am finding both parties have access to health insurance, and both at a reasonable cost. I'm ordering that Ms. Elliott be the parent ordered to provide insurance. However, in light of the finding that both are available, I'm setting cash medical support at $0 each month, beginning May 1st, 2025. I'm finding that his is available at a cost of $158 per month. Hers is available at a cost of $200 each month. Ordering that obligor's insurance shall be used as secondary insurance, and he is ordered to provide her with an insurance card. I'm denying the oral request, or I'm denying the request, oral or not, for back medical support judgment. I'm finding both parties have dental support available at a reasonable cost. And I'm ordering that Ms. Elliott provide the insurance through her employment, and ordering that Mr. Grace pay to her $8 per month cash dental support beginning May 1st of 2025 and monthly thereafter. Both parties are ordered to pay 50-50 for any unreimbursed medical or dental costs. And I'm also ordering that his dental support should be secondary as well.
Can I ask a question?
One moment, sir. Please don't interrupt the ruling. I'm ordering that Mr. Grace pay child support to Miss Elliot in the amount of $1,066 beginning May 1st, 2025. That is the AG's numbers recalculated to include the cash medical and cash dental support ordered. Giving him credit for his 3 other children. And sir, the advice I give to other parents who have multiple child support orders, let them know you have another one and see if they can look into seeing whether or not you're qualified for a modification in the others. Don't know if you are or not. For back child support, I'm ordering a back child support judgment against Mr. Grace in the amount of $14,000 as of April 23rd, 2025. And I am ordering that Mr. Grace pay to Ms. Elliott $100 each month beginning May 1st, 2025 to pay towards that judgment. Everyone should know that's not an installment debt though, and other collection remedies can be used by the AG's office or Ms. Elliott to collect that if available. I'm ordering both parents to take a parenting class. For you all at it. And if you can attach, I don't know if CC2 has the parenting class list. If not, attach the 306 list to the order, please. They're both ordered to take a parenting class by June 30th, 2025, and they should file that with the court. The court will see this order, and in the future, if anyone files to modify or change anything, they will be looking to see if this was complied with. And I'm ordering that Mr. Grace pay court costs to Galveston County by April 23rd of 2026. And so the state's going to draft the order based on my ruling today, and they'll be sending it to you all through DocuSign to review and sign off on.
May I clarify briefly, Judge?
Yes.
All right. So for possession and access, we're 7 visits each phase with no supervised phase in the beginning. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. And then no cash medical support reimbursement to Ms. Elliott. Did I hear cash dental support reimbursement though?
Yes, $8 per month beginning May 1st, 2025.
All right.
And these deviations are due to the fact both parties are providing insurance.
Right. Okay.
Can I say
Okay.
something?
One moment, sir. Do you have anything else, Ms. Laskowski?
No, nothing else from the state, Judge.
Okay, sir, what is your question? I'm not sure I can answer it, but
Okay, so do I, because I also pay dental with him through my job. So I have to pay for both my dental and her
that is
dental?
my ruling, sir. And okay, Mrs. Kelsey, do you want them back in their breakout rooms?
I have a question.
Okay, now again, I'm not sure I can answer it, but if I can, I will.
I just want to know, what is managing conservatorship? Is that the sole conservatorship?
I'm going to let Ms. Laskowski explain that to you in the breakout rooms. But yes, you are the sole managing conservator and he is the possessory conservator.
One more other question. I'm sorry. This back pay, will it go on my credit report? Because that will stop me from purchasing my home.
I don't know the answer to that, sir. Ms. Laskowski, do you know the answer to that?
We do report to the credit agencies as required by law.
So that will stop me from purchasing a home because it's stating that I will owe back 14, I'll be in debt for another $14,000. And this. Because nobody didn't tell the truth.
Y'all can return to your breakout rooms and I will draft this and circulate it for you to review and sign before I let y'all go, okay?
Okay, but I need to call my job. It's already 5:21. I haven't called them, let them know late or nothing. So it's like a no call, no show. I need to call my job.
Okay, you can do that once you're in the breakout room, sir, and out of the courtroom.
Okay, so I can go to breakout room right now?
Yes.